Hey guys, welcome to next installment of our last week's videos, or at least week 12. There'll probably be some finals week videos, I'm sure, next week. But so I thought I would update us a little bit on, so I had the overview that you've probably already watched. And so in this video, I do want to at least talk about the two-component report, and then perhaps blog 10, and depending on where we are time-wise, we may talk about a little bit more. But so let's get right to it. So Wednesday, your two-component report assignment is due. You have feedback from me as well as feedback from your peers. I would highly recommend that you read my feedback very carefully. And if you have any questions about that, please do let me know. So I don't know if I necessarily need to go over the two-component report itself as far as the assignment description is concerned, but I do want to highlight right up here on the assignment prompt, right here, okay? I want to make it kind of clear that depending on which one that you are doing, your structure, while you have, excuse me, while you'll have your front matter, you'll definitely have your title sheet, you'll definitely have your executive summary. You should probably have a table of contents, and then your discussion section, and that is when you're really going to get into, depending on if you're Anderson chapter 24, Anderson chapter 25, or Anderson chapter 26. Okay, so your proposal report is here. Chapter 24 empirical report is in 25, and your feasibility is in chapter 26. And if you look at those chapters, he has a particular page where he discusses a superstructure. And in that superstructure, along the left-hand column, how he delineates what goes in that superstructure is what I do expect to find, and I do expect them to kind of be split out like that and answer the specific questions, right? Because this is part of that genre, genre features, as well as genre structures, we might call them, rhetorical features, components of the genre that we expect to kind of see in these particular ones. And of course, as we've also read earlier, that when you go to a specific organization or whatever, or a specific company, you will then learn that there are specific genres about which that they may have different features that they utilize or maybe don't utilize or whatever. So we're kind of learning like this is our company or our organization right here. And so Anderson is our genre leader, if you will, and kind of providing us with some of that detail. So do make sure, whatever kind of report that you're doing, that you include and you address those things which I commented on most of your papers, okay, on your drafts. At least 3 visuals, and make sure that you refer to them as well, that they are also labeled and titled, and that you refer to them correctly in your work. And then if you've done a collaborative project, there are your minimum requirements. So you've got 8 to 10 pages if you're an individual, and 12 to 16 pages or if you are a part of 2 or more of a group. So keep that in mind. So I do want to stress, again, that it is important and imperative that you hit the genre conventions and the genre features specifically of your genre. So if yours is the genre of the proposal report, use the superstructure in Anderson, and so forth and so on, empirical feasibility as well. And make sure and read closely what he is that he's asking you to do. Okay, so let's talk about blog number 10. Is pretty self-explanatory. It's obviously our last one, kind of a wrap-up, if you will, of the semester. And this is where you kind of get an opportunity to kind of think about some of these things that we've learned in the class and how professionals write in your field of study. And so I want you to kind of look back over the calendar for our course, some of the projects that we've done, maybe even some of the feedback, some of the readings as well. And what connections do you think you could make between lessons learned in this course and the writing that you will perform professionally? So if there's something that maybe stood out to you in one of the articles that we've read, and of course there's some readings that go along with this blog post too that may help you also think about those things. I really kind of want you to think about these in a realistic way. And again, I'll be looking for more detail in this blog post. So try to avoid any general statements and be very specific as to what's a specific connection. Now, I will probably be writing memos. Well, I know that that's probably true. How can we make a connection to maybe a specific lesson, right? Or maybe some feedback and how you learned about those genre conventions. We think about some of the readings that we've done in the class so far. So I'd like for you to think about those things as well. Let's go back here, see what's left. think that's left is the, oh yeah, the professional website. So let's take a look at it. That's not due till next week, but I did want to put it in here for you to think about, be thinking about. So 3 main items we're looking for on this, right? Hopefully you put your resume and your cover letter up there, so you've got your website, you'll have your blogs. So we want a really nice, clean, crisp website that's professionally done that has the tabs, right? Really looking for tabs. So if a tab maybe for blogs, you should have a tab for resume and cover letter, and then you might have another tab that is to some sort of a digital document archive, for lack of a better term, I guess, there. So you take the what you've done in this class, right, and convert the documents you complete for this class into web pages and provide links to those documents in your digital resume or cover letter as appropriate. And then include at least 3 links to institutions, organizations, or businesses with which you are involved, so that a potential employer could more easily research your credentials. So it could be where you work, or maybe even areas of interest if you don't have 3 for that particular area. Okay? All right, and if you want me to take a look at your website or whatever, just let me know. But that one's pretty straightforward. I think most everyone's website. The big thing about, all right, let's wrap up this video. It's about 6 minutes. I will say the big thing about the professional website is, of course, I sent you a link to mine earlier. The big thing is that it's very clean and crisp and clear and easy to navigate, right? So the only thing on your web page should be about your web page. Now, I know that we're using some of the freebie websites, and so they have a lot of like advertisements, or they have other different, what do they call, plugins or widgets and stuff like that on there. It's fine if there's widgets on there, just customize them, right, so that the website looks like you put your stamp on it. All right, that's going to be the big thing. Not necessarily as concerned if you do have a picture or don't have a picture of yourself, that's fine. Just make sure that it is a one cohesive website that someone can go on, they can find your resume easily, they can find I can find in this case the types of work that you've done so far in this class, as well as the links that is mentioned for this assignment, and that it's there's not extra stuff, right? Sometimes when you build these websites, even using the free websites, they'll post a lot of things on there that maybe you didn't particularly put there, right? Like, this is the place for your first blog post. Well, make sure you get rid of those type of things, kind of clean it up a little bit, if that makes sense. Okay, all right, we've got 7.5 minutes here into this, so I think that's good. So this should get us going at least till Friday or Saturday. Probably won't hear back from me until I get to Oklahoma. I'll be in Oklahoma late tomorrow night, actually early Wednesday morning. And so sometime Wednesday, obviously I'll send out a reminder to you, and if I have an opportunity on Wednesday afternoon, maybe post another video about so we got the professional website, oh, the performance review. Right, so we'll talk about the performance review in the next video, all right? And give me something to look forward to doing for you from a different setting, from Oklahoma. It's going to be very hot there next week, so that's going to be awesome. Okay. All right, so I should have some time. Like I said, Wednesday and Friday are going to be a little bit busier cycling days, but I should be able to squeeze in a video and at least communicate to you some way on Wednesday. All right, wish you all a most wonderful week. Take care. Talk to you soon. Again, as always, if there's anything I can do for you, do not hesitate to let me know. Bye.